If you've been thinking about a portfolio checkup, but would like to know more about what is included in these sessions, that's reasonable. Just ask for our checkup checklist. It shows you what Steve covers in the checkup and what documents are useful to gather up. Just call 888-99-CHART. That's 888-992-4278. Or if you're there at the computer, just go to investtalk.com and click on Contact Us, and then just tell us that you want the checklist. We'll send it to you by email. Or if you'd like a copy of Steve's special report called Supercharging Your Portfolio, call the same number. That's 888-99-CHART. And thanks for listening to our podcast. Welcome to our 1-hour meeting of the minds about money, your money. This is Invest Talk, made possible today and every day by KPP Financial. It's about managing risk while looking for profits, putting the money you worked for to work for you. And now, here's registered investment advisor Steve Peasley.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Invest Talk. And this is the Friday edition, January 30th. If you're listening to us on the radio AM 860 in the Bay Area, we welcome you. Or if you're not, you could be listening to us on our internet site. We do stream live at investtalk.com. And we are live today, 4 to 5 Pacific time. So we welcome all the listeners, including the podcast guys. Now, today I have with me helping out Helen Crawford. Thank you for coming, Helen.
Hi, Steve. It's good to be back.
If it's your first time listening to us, we want you to know that we're here for questions and answers. We're here to try to help people make better investing decisions in your 401k, your IRA, and make better, smarter decisions with your money, no matter what. If you're in real estate, anything else that you're doing, just try to help you make more informed, smarter decisions. It's hard. It's very difficult. We're in a historic time right now. The stock market doesn't act like this very often in this last year. It's historic. So, if you're a first-time listener, that's what we're doing. We're trying to help people as best we can by making the most of the money they make. Now, today, CNN Money has an excellent summary of collection of information about how to pay for college. For you parents out there that are trying to figure out how to pay for college, what are the rules and regulations, what are the benefits, what kind of things you could do. We're going to talk about that this afternoon. College education, I think the average cost for a 4-year term, 4 years, is like $200,000. How many people have an extra $200,000 laying around? I don't. I don't know where these parents are going to get it. But so we're going to have some tips for you this Friday on Invest Talk to what to do, how can you save it, what are the tax benefits, those kinds of things. But we want to hear what's on your mind, not what's on our mind, not what we want to talk about, but what's important to you. We are in very challenging times right now. What happens to the stock market in a year where it fell 50%? What happens to the year after and the year after that? What has traditionally happened to the stock market in those years? Does it go down another 50%? Does it disappear? Is America going to disappear? It amazes me how many people are out there running around acting like the sky is falling when all we are in is a recession. We're in a deep recession, granted, deep recession. We haven't seen one of these since 1973 and 1974, but that's what we are in. We're in a recession. In recessions, things look bad. That's what we have right now. Now, why don't you ask your questions? We're live right now. Get in on the conversation. 888-99-CHART. Again, 4 to 5 p.m. Pacific time. That's where we're live. 888-992-4278. We'd love to talk to you. Now, if you'd like to call us at some other time and have a question while we're not live, you can do that. When we're off the air, be happy to take any questions all the time. Just call the same number and tell me you'd like, just leave your question on the answering machine. We'll answer it on the next program. Okay? So before we get into our talking point, into your calls, let's talk about the market today. Helen, the market we had the GDP number out this morning, which was better than expected. It was bad, though. down 3.8% for the last quarter. I think the experts, quote unquote experts, are expecting 4.5% or more of a shrinkage. The market just didn't really care about that.
No, it didn't seem to affect it too much, really, did it, Steve?
No, didn't care. What else came out today? We had durable goods out yesterday. That was bad. New home sales yesterday. Well, that was bad. The only little spark of good news we had was on Monday with the existing housing report and leading economic indicators. Both were much better. The leading economic indicators were actually up. The sales for existing houses were up, even though prices were down. But inventory shrunk for existing houses. But that all washed away yesterday when new houses inventories ran up. But today it was all about the GDP number. Even though it was better than everybody thought it would be, the market didn't care today. It was down, 150-something points today? 148?
Yeah, 100.
150 points or so on the Dow. So that's what happened. For the week, the market was slightly down for the entire week. Slightly down. Not dramatically down, slightly down. But what a roller coaster ride.
Yeah, I think the market held up really well considering
Considering
all of the chatter out there.
All the bad news and things. Actually, you could have slumped tremendously from all the bad news. So there was a lot of that bad news is probably already built into the market. Think about that, everybody. A lot of bad news is built in. What happens if they do this good bank, bad bank thing? What will that do to the market? I don't know. I wish I could know. I just don't know. But, the government is going to pass that package of spending. Some people are questioning how stimulus it will be, though. How much stimulus are we going to get out of it? And it seems like there's a lot of pork being poured in there, in my opinion.
What, in the stimulus package itself?
Yes, inside the package. Instead of being actually stimulating, it might be just rewarding, the party faithful, of a lot of stuff. And, I can understand why they're doing it, but that's not what we need right now. We need stimulus.
Well, I think the first thing for me, Steve, would be that they sort out the banking mess and get this under wrap. We're jumping, we're jumping ahead here, and once we can't do anything until we've sorted the banks out.
I know the banks have to be figured out. What are we going to do with that? What they've done so far? I don't know if we've seen that much of improvement. Maybe it's hard to gauge because you don't know if they didn't do anything, what would happen. But all that billions of dollars we've thrown at so far, I don't know if that's helped much. I don't know.
That's right, and that you have the bonus issue too. Everybody shaking their finger at these guys getting big bonuses. Well,
what good is that?
It's a bit late now,
Yeah, I'm thinking, who cares at this point? It's too late. It's like
we need somebody to be able to go out and spend some money, right?
Yeah. I was thinking about that. Some of and I don't know, and those people are making all these huge amounts of money. They shouldn't be making them, and I don't have a problem with agreeing with that. But what if you're a middle management guy and you got hired, and they said, well, we'll give you 40,000 or 100,000, and then at the end of the year, we'll give you a bonus of 100,000. You signed a contract to that.
Right.
So that was they're just delaying your pay.
Right.
Does that mean you're not supposed to get it? I'm not sure. Those people are getting millions and millions of dollars for doing bad work. Why you get any bonus? You should get zero.
I mean, you have the moral side of it, don't you? But moving forward, there's no point in putting rules and regulations in for the past, but definitely for new.
Let's look at the future. Let's go forward. Let's concentrate on fixing the banks. That's what we need to do.